So it's been a long time. I haven't put myself in front of the camera, and I gotta say, the times have been amazing. It's really been awesome where I've been consistently putting in the work daily. It's like I've been grinding really hard, and yeah, it's never been like this. I've never felt so much of me ever. And when we express the quote that it's the journey, not the destination, well, this phase of my life really feels like it because it's the journey that I'm enjoying every day. Even though at times it's like I don't want to do things and it's really hard to get up in the morning and go and do the hard stuff, but it's all working out for me right now and it's all just building up to me. I'm being me in my fullest. And it's just consistent improvements that have led me to live this life. It was cutting out all of those small bad habits, those small distractions, those small bits of me procrastinating, which would have ultimately cut out all of my energy and productivity. But here I am. And that's what the cheat code is. It's the small weed, the small parasites in the garden that actually lead to the rot of the whole garden. But if you take care of each of them on a consistent basis, you will curate a good garden for yourself. Your flowers will blossom and the garden will bloom in its full glory. So, my friends, the data set here is that consistency compounds, but you gotta put in the work every day. You must enjoy the process itself. Because if you are doing it, get through the process into a life of comfort, well, there is no such thing. It's a fallacy. And if you want to enjoy the process, well, define the process that you want to go through each day and build up to it. It might be hard right now, but not forever. Everything will work out. And that's something that I speak from experience. Besides the beautiful evening that I'm just a part of, I realized something today, and it is that there is a reason for everything. There is a reason for your existence. There is a reason for what you're doing, and basically, a reason is associated with everything that you can think of. And this epiphany that I just woke up with made me realize that it's just the same thing with motivation and purpose. You just need one goddamn good reason to keep going in life. You just need one of those. And that's all that will serve as the fuel for where you want to go. One reason is all it is gonna take. It's up to you to set yourself on the quest to look for that and find it. And once you do, it's it's all hard from there. It's all choices from there. The kind of choices you make will matter the most from then on. But until then, it's only the search and the quest for the reason that will fuel you, and your journey is all that matters. So look for that one reason and keep going. Stagnation is death. It's the stagnant water that rots. Flowing water is fresh and it fuels life on this planet. So you gotta keep flowing, man. Keep moving. And to move, you need fuel. And to fuel, you need a good reason. Just go and find that reason for yourself. Why do you want to do the things that you want to do? What and how comes later. Why? you must have your why. All the time I realize that I get comfortable. We all do. And if we don't keep pushing ourselves to try things and do things that we don't do, we can never be more than who we are in the moment. It's just how comfort works. You grow to a certain point, you get comfortable in that situation, it becomes habit, life's going perfect. And then it's up to you that you choose to burst the bubble that you have created around yourself. Somewhere down the line, life puts something on you that bursts the bubble, and now you find yourself in a really uncomfortable position, which is where I don't want to be, because I want to put myself there so that I have the opportunity to control how I grow and what I grow into, instead of life and situations pushing me into things where I don't want to be. Nevertheless, it's just something I realized that sooner or later, comfort takes its way, and you need to do the due diligence of reflecting and finding that, yeah, I have stopped here and I need to start moving. That there are things in me that needs to be improved. There are things that I need to learn, and that's how just the game works. A student's mind is what it is. To have a student's mind, you need humility. That's what it is. Without humility, you will not have the, like, you won't have the mindset in you to accept new things into yourself. You'll be too rigid, thinking that you have seen it all and you know it all, and you really don't, and that you need to work. So there's this lesson I learned, and that is you will always have to keep going back to the drawing board. Here's what I mean by that. Every time you're having those seasons where everything's going great and you're in the most perfect state you can ever imagine, you're having those best days of your life, you're making it 100 out of 100 each day, and then you find something broken in yourself. You find something challenging that you can't work up to, and that's when you go back to the board. You find that thing that you need to work on, and you start experimenting with yourself. You start mixing up those chemicals to create that compound or that element for yourself that will allow you to work through this next stage of your life. And that's where the magic happens. It's not through those perfect seasons. It's actually through all those hard times, those hard conversations that you have with yourself, of telling yourself that no, I am not complete. There's still room for improvement. And this is a gap that I found right now, which I need to fill. And that's just where the growth happens. It is this incident repeating itself over and over and over again that makes growth possible. And it just reminds you that you never will be perfect and you never want to be, because that takes away the room for improvement. And that means that you have to be willing to start from scratch each time. That's just the name of the game. You have to start from scratch each time you find that gap. And that's just how you rebuild yourself into a stronger version of yourself every time. That's the world's most successful people are living up to. Building from scratch, willing to go back to living on the roads, sleeping in the car, sleeping on the couch, again and again and again.
And if you're not willing to put in that work, having that hard conversation and taking the risk of losing yourself potentially to eventually find yourself with an element of uncertainty, well, my friend, you won't have what you want, and that is growth. And it's just because you aren't willing to do what it requires. Everything has a price, and this is just the price you'll have to pay if you want to purchase growth. It's an amazing and beautiful breath. It's such beautiful weather today. On my journey, been working, grinding through numerous days. I realized one thing after having gone through and experienced a lot of mental pain and feeling sorry for myself. I realized that everyone has problems. Everyone has problems. It can be problems from outside of you. It can be problems that you create for your own self and you choose to look even when they do not exist. And that's when it hit me. If everyone is going through some sort of problem, is going through some sort of pain, and if everyone starts feeling sorry for themselves, how can you expect as a collective consciousness for humanity to move forward? But there are people, there are great men and women who outperform themselves constantly and who constantly show us that the sky is not the limit. There is more beyond. But that's where I understood that thing that differentiates these kind of people from the people who keep feeling sorry for themselves, from the people who keep thinking that things are happening to them, is that they choose to solve their problems. They choose their mental peace and their mental calm to pursue their goals, to keep working towards what they want. So the conclusion is that it's a choice. You can choose whether you want to sit and you want to keep crying about your problems, or you can choose to solve them. And as soon as you set the frame, as soon as you set the stage, you will realize that half of them don't even exist. That's just life. And that is enlightenment for me, because that is indeed a really great data set. The frame shift provides you the necessary motivation and hope to help you keep going in life. And it's wonderful. So it's been a long time. I haven't been documenting. I haven't really put myself out in front of the camera, and I haven't been uploading either. Seriously, it's just all been cold and blank, silent on my socials. And the reason is I got back into boxing. It's been 2 months now, and yeah, it's been great. It's like I'm living the life that I want to live. More on that in a bit, but what I want to say is there were moments where I thought maybe I'm just not ready. Maybe it's not the time yet. And every time I thought so, it only meant that I would delay what I wanted. I would delay where I want to go. And there was really no good reason for that. It was just me holding myself back. From that, I learned that just gotta shoot the shot. You just gotta make the move. You can't wait for things to be perfect. They nearly won't ever be the perfect moment. So, yeah, just do it. And that's the key to moving forward and winning in life. As for winning, life is not just about winning. Life is about living. And that's another interesting frame, because most people, they're pursuing these goals outside of themselves. I'm pursuing these goals outside of myself. Financial goals, physical goals, we are chasing status, we are chasing money. But all in all, it's really the life that you create for yourselves that really matters. Because if you end up actually achieving the goals, then after that, what? The hunger goes away, and the real essence, the real elixir of life is ripped out, because then you have nothing to chase after. And life is not just a cat and mouse chase scene. It's something way more. You have to design your life in such a way that you love to live each day. At least I do. And that's the part I am enjoying the most. I love the life I'm living. Back when I was working a job in a shop, I was giving away 3 to 5 hours of my day, the most beautiful hours, the evenings and the nights, the time when I used to work on myself prior to that, the time when I used to think and novel thoughts and ideas would circulate in my head, allowing me to grow, to become something more than I was. But I was selling that to somebody else, and I realized that I am trapped in a location for 3 to 5 hours of a day, doing something that has no meaning in my life. And thus I was stuck in a life which I did not like. Those days felt like hell, and it's not because it was really brutal hard work, but it was something which really didn't hold any meaning in my life. So designing a life, designing the process in a way that it seems like the prize is the name of the game. Because a man who loves to win will run the mile and win the race. But a man who loves to run, he'll keep running. And that's how you win the game of life, because each day you get to live is how you win the game of life. There is nothing quantifiable about winning in the game of life. Heads up again, beautiful weather, I know. And yeah, really enjoying myself. So those are a couple of data sets I wanted to share. And yeah, I'll be coming on soon. Some highlights from my boxing, and yeah, the business side is also in the process, but it's been neglected because obviously it's been hard physically, but things will work out because I am putting in the work. And no, it's not been a straight line. It's been ups and downs, and yet I choose to work through it all. I choose to be here, and so can you. That's all.